Matthew 15:14. Aphete autus, tufloi eison hadegoi tuflon, tuflas de tuflon eon hadege, amphoteroi eis bathunon pezuntai. Here Jesus warns his disciples about the Pharisees. He says, leave them. They are blind guides of the blind. And of course, there's a question as to whether this genitive plural of the blind is original to what Matthew wrote, or if it was added later by scribes. That's why it's in brackets there. Jesus goes on to say, now or and if a blind man leads a blind man, and we know the order there is a little strange, but you got to pay attention. That's your nominative subject, that's your accusative direct object, and there's your verb. Also, many of you are disappointed we didn't make the subjunctive noise, but whenever we have an on, whether it's a haton, whenever an on, if ever, a has on, whoever, whenever you have that on particle, we know the subjunctive is coming. We're leaving something open, the time, the person, something like that, but it is demanded after that introductory word. And so we know this is going to be subjunctive. It's from hadegeo. Most of you know the word hados is way, so hadegeo, to guide in the way, something like that. And you think about your subjunctive endings. O, ace, a, ding, 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 there it is. So this is just a present active subjunctive, third person singular. So again, if we rearrange the order here, if a blind man leads a blind man, amphoteroi, both of them will fall, pezuntai, into a pit. Eis bathunon. That word bathunon only occurs 3 times in the New Testament. The lexical form is bathunos, a deep place, a pit, but that particular specific word only occurs 3 times in the New Testament. Let's look at that pezuntai. Do you recognize that? That is the irregular future of pipto. Pipto means I fall. Maybe you recognize the second aorist. Epezon is I fell. And then maybe you memorize the principal parts. Pezumai. Pezumai is the future middle. Here, this is a future middle indicative third person plural to match the third person plural subject. Both will fall into a pit. Remember that quite a few Greek verbs follow the middle voice in their future. It's debated as to why, but quite a few do, and so we're not surprised that this one does.